You want to talk about China targeting video game spending, or?
Yeah, I actually think this is kind of interesting.
I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, give me 1 quick second. Sorry.
That's fine. We'll wait. Let's see how many. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just gonna while he's doing whatever it is he's doing. I'm gonna add up.
You could have read the topic.
No, I'm gonna add up how many people are waiting for Luke to check his phone.
As part of its long-standing fight against video game addiction, Chinese officials have proposed a new set of regulations that would ban online games from giving players rewards for logging in every day, spending money in game for the first time, or spending money repeatedly. Games would also be banned from offering minors probability-based luck draws or enabling speculation on virtual game items.
Can I just say, I don't agree with everything China does, but
this is based.
I think that's the word for it.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think this is great so far, and we're not even through the whole thing yet. Further, publishers would be required to store servers within the country and to cap how much money players can add to their digital wallets.
This is what is like more based, like wub
based.
It's
EX.
wubbed.
It's wubbed. Oh my goodness. Oh man. As a show of good faith, I also like this part. I don't know. As a show of good faith, Chinese officials have also proposed a rule requiring regulators to process applications for games to be approved in the country within 60 days and approved 40 new games for import on the same day. The reason why I care about this is, boy, I think you've ran into it significantly more than I have because I've never ran into it, and I know you have, but, government stuff can literally take years sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Do you know? Oh, my gosh. Hold on. I need to find out if we can talk about this.
The construction industry is insane for this. You'll buy a plot of land, it's zoned for this level approval, but you can't dig. And then I've heard contractors needing to own that land for years before they can build on it.
Hold on a second. Hey, Vaughn.
Yeah.
Would it be problematic in any way if we talked about...
You're live on WAN.
Yeah, you're on WAN show. Would it be problematic in any way if we talked about the lead time on certain tax credits and like how long that's taken?
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Maybe just leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be leaving that one alone. Thanks, dear.
Okay, bye.
You're great. Okay, bye.
Anyways, it's actually ridiculous. I'm talking multiple years to process paperwork.
Yep.
Like wild. And to a point where if you're a small company that needs to be able to survive over a 3 or 4 year period, sometimes it can literally just crush you. And it really, really, really incentivizes being a massive company that can absorb these governmental hits.
That's why I wanted to talk about the tax credits.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can tell, I'm not going to get into the exact details of how long it's taken to process. There's definitely been delays on our side as well, so I'm not going to act like, we've done everything
It's
totally
entirely
perfectly.
on them, yeah.
However, the amount of bureaucratic red tape does contribute to how long these things do take to collect and submit. And the length of time that is spent going back and forth and going through submissions and getting approvals and going through audits, a lot of the time, which will need to be done before the payout can actually be made, which makes sense, right? It's a lot harder to get money back from someone you issued it to than to just not send it to them in the first place, especially if it's a significant sum. The amount of time that takes makes it feel like, to your point, that these are designed to help big companies that don't need the help nearly as much, instead of small startups who really need the help.
We've talked about this a lot in the past about how a lot of these different... I think I was talking specifically about Cavco back in the day, about how Cavco very specifically feels like it's built for Omega companies and no small companies. And it's crazy the amount of tax break style stuff that is designed that way. I
would love to understand although it would probably not frustrate me any less, but I'd love to understand why this is so inevitable.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the Canadian government, and you're sitting there at home in wherever the it is that you live going, because it's the same basically everywhere.
Yeah.
Come on.
Money controls money, man.
It drives me crazy.
In response to the announcement, the stock price of China's largest gaming conglomerate, Tencent, who, by the way, also probably owns a very large stake of pretty much every gaming company that is big.
Except Valve.
Yeah.
As far as we know, I mean, they're a private company.
True.
Anything's possible, but I doubt it.
I don't think so, yeah. Tencent dropped 16%.
That's crazy.
That's an insane amount. And its closest competitor, NetEase, dropped 25%.
That's crazy.
Wild. I think the reason why Tencent wasn't more is because they own such massive portions of American companies.
That makes sense.
I suspect
Whereas
NetEase
is a lot more
not as big over here.
China-centric.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sheesh, man.
And then I think, is this in our notes? Because I thought the Chinese government was looking to walk things back a little bit. Based on the impact. Yeah, that's not in our notes, but apparently China is allegedly considering walking back some of these restrictions. Honestly, please, can we just buy once and cry once and do this everywhere?
I have to bring it up every stream. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, I know.
You can win Game of the Year and not do these things. You can sell unlimited copies of your game. When I go on Steam, you know how when you look at your games list, you can see little green heads when people are playing certain games? The only one that shows one is Baldur's Gate 3, ever. I highlight over it, it's like 5 different people. They're not playing together. They're all in different parts. Sometimes they'll be in parties, but they're not in each other's parties. I know these people separately. They don't know each other. There's people always playing that game. It's still killing it. It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
And it's still killing it. And it doesn't have this stuff. You don't have to do it. Please stop.
But I mean, I wasn't even talking about asking the gaming companies to stop doing it, because they won't.
Yeah.
Like if you like, look here, hold on. Let's play a game.
What are we doing? Oh. Okay. He's getting a controller.
Okay.
A gold one.
Okay, I've got a golden game controller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
To make
is this a skin?
To make money, all you have to do is press this button. Go ahead. Okay, here.
Oh, wow.
Here.
Oh, wow. He's going to throw his wallet at me?
We're making it real. No, we're making it real.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't have any cash in my wallet. Okay, I was going to actually hand him money.
Here, I can.
Well, no, that's not the point. That's not the point. I was gonna let you keep.
No,
here, you press the
investors.
button.
No, that's not. No, I want to be I want to hold the button.
I want to invest in this. Give me stock.
Oh, I hit the mic.
Oh, Jesus.
I got cash right here. Come on. Anyway, the point is, from the gaming company's standpoint, what do they care? I mean, their own employees are just numbers. Never mind the customers. Yeah. So if all they have to do is press a button to make bank, well, why don't they just keep pressing the button? They're not going to stop. It has to be regulatory.
Especially once Tencent owns a huge portion of your company anyways, and you have to report to shareholders.
And I get it. The small government, libertarian crowd is going to say, well, that's on people for, being gullible or whatever or something. But it's never that black and white. It's not that black and white. We actually do need regulations to keep people from dumping carcinogenic chemicals in your streams, because we've proven time and time again that otherwise they will just do it.
Yeah, and like they're using psychology, and they're abusing people's,
vulnerabilities here.
Yeah.
And you could be vulnerable.
They're abusing your lizard brain that still wants the shiny thing.
You can be vulnerable to getting cancer, and you can be equally vulnerable to being manipulated into gambling away your life savings.
Yeah.
And it's a spectacularly sophisticated machine at this point.
A lot more so than I think a lot of people realize or potentially are willing to accept.
Yeah, or even
There are billions of dollars every year that go into controlling what your brain does.
or
Getting
even
you to keep scrolling, getting you to buy more skins, getting you to keep playing, getting you to do whatever.
Yeah, and like every once in a while, a scandal breaks, right? Like there was those couple of streamers that got caught owning the gambling site that they were supposedly gambling and winning on all day on their streams. And they ended up getting a slap on the wrist, and we've all kind of forgotten about it. Every time something like that gets exposed,
At least one of them still makes videos.
yeah. Every time something like that gets exposed, I guarantee you, there was another 10 or another 100 that didn't get exposed, whether it was because it was a lower profile person who was doing it, or whether they didn't get, siphon quite as much money away from people, or whether they just were slicker and got away with it. I just... Yeah. Gross.
I'm stoked about this. I think this is really cool.
I'd love to see everywhere do it, like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.